Hola from the west side. It's me, DC the Purple Diva, and it is time for Not So Random Chat. So go grab your coffee, your tea, or whatever your libation is tonight, and let's start to talk about whatever we want to. I'll be right with you guys. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hola from the west side. It is me, DC the Purple Diva. Welcome to Not So Random Chat. And happy Friday, you guys. Hey, 1SP. Happy Friday. I am here. Hope you have had a great week. Today was a busy day at work for me. And a busy evening with rehearsal for this movie that I'm on the production staff for that is finally going to be shooting next weekend. Happy am I about that. And I really wasn't, I haven't really been online that much in the last day or so, other than today I did come on and I was in a couple of lives that I'm on. But, sometimes when I do my little pop-up, 1 minute thingies, I have not even had time to do those in the last couple of weeks. I have to make an effort because I'm so busy at work during the day, but I'm going to have to just put it on my schedule and take 15 minutes out to say hey to you guys on the days that I don't come on. I'm glad you like the intro. I got to work on it a little bit, but and I'm going to eventually put an outro in here for my live streams. I just haven't had time to create it because I'm too busy working on content. I'm working on my next coffee talk, and I'm working on the next autism mom vlog. So it's trying to get both of those things out. But the autism mom one, I'm just debating is how I'm going to do it. Because my last vlog was a voiceover. I basically voiceover. And I'm debating as to whether I'm going to come on camera for this one or if I'm going to do it as mainly voiceover because I'm going to be talking about some things. And I'm probably going to do it as a voiceover only because I'm going to be talking about using singing bowls for therapy for autism. And so I think it'll be easier if I do it that way because then I can kind of just talk over it. Probably be like a 5 to 7 minute video either way. So that one should be out hopefully by the end of the weekend. The Coffee Talk Series 1, I've got 2 different ones I'm working on, so it depends on which one is done. But hopefully I'll have one of those out, if not over the weekend, but by early next week. So, but before I, get into anything else, I wanted to say, again, shouts out to content creator Jovi Beauty, who has been trending in social media for the last few days, because R&B singer, Neil got into his feelings behind some truth that she said about him and his trash ways. So here's the thing. So let me just talk about the Neil situation real quick. Here's the thing about Neil. So Neil was in a relationship with a young lady who had 2 children for him. And then he decided he didn't want any more kids. So he asked her to get her tubes tied. So she did. Then they broke up. He married another woman and has since had 2 children and has a 3rd one on the way. So meanwhile, he's left this other woman who at a young age made a foolish decision with her body for a man who she thought she was going to be with for the rest of her life. But I'm telling you ladies, hey, Miss Latoya, you better get a ring before you be popping out babies for men. It's, I mean, I know, I'm older. I'm like the older end of Gen X, but here's the way it is for me. First comes marriage, then comes baby and the baby carriage. That's the way that it's supposed to be. And, I know things happen. I do know things happen. But, this young lady was quote unquote engaged to Neil. And then they, broke up. He put his selfish trash behind. So this is the situation that our content creator, Jovi Beauty, spoke on. And she did this on her Instagram. Neo, and tagged him in it. Neo got in his feelings. Which is so unlike, his quote unquote astrology sign. Supposedly his astrology sign, because I'm not really into the astrology thing like that. But supposedly they're all namaste. All about peace and, but dude was in his feelings. And, well, he mentioned her multiple times. So then she was in the shade room. She was on Hot 97 in New York. She was on the Ricky Smiley show. A couple of other ones, and most of them named her. So shouts out to my girl Jovi. Jovi is on her way, just being herself. She wasn't trying to go viral, but she did. And this is not the first time that Jovi has gone viral, because the last time it was behind her comments in regards to Mr. Safari to Erica Mena. But it was the truth. Erica now knows that because Safari has filed for a freaking divorce and saying that this is the worst mistake of his life. Crying. Anyway, so I just thought that was so cool for her. But I've been watching, I have been kind of tiptoeing around a little bit, you guys. And, one of the, I was watching all these little beefs going on. Like, what is wrong with these people? But I guess that's the only way that they can have content, They don't have content without getting on here and getting in the beef. You don't have anything that you could talk about or do. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But we'll see. We shall see. And I know it's a slow Friday night. I'm wondering, you guys, as things start to open up, how things are going to be. You know, with these Friday night things that a lot of people have come to just be online a lot. But I believe when stuff opens up again, like really, really opens up, not like the fake open up it did before, that it is going to be a lot of people who are just going to be hitting the streets. Speaking of, I found out now here in California, they have made a concerted effort to make sure that people who have disabilities and are people of color have the opportunity to get these vaccines early in the process. And so my son, it has been targeted. You know, what I mean, is eligible, and I'm just like, I don't know, you guys. I mean, my son is eligible to get the vaccine because of his disability and because he's Black and Latino. But I don't know. So I'm gonna, talk to his dad, make a decision, because we are responsible for his medical needs. He's not able to make those decisions on his own. So that's going to be, so I got to think about it. I've got the weekend to think about it because we have to let his caseworker know on Monday. And then when we get the information, we can't let anybody know the information. We have to keep the information to ourselves because, they've been having problems with people from other areas or who are not part of specific demographics taking up all of the shots. Now my dad did get the shot, so I know at least 3 people in my family that have gotten the shot, the vaccine rather. And my son is not the same blood type as me, so I'm pretty sure we may or may not have the same reaction. However, my son is the same blood type as my father, and his father is that same blood type as well. So maybe he will have a good reaction to it. But here's my thing, you guys. It's the 2-shot thing. And then they don't even know if this is going to be fully as effective. And now they're saying that this Johnson & Johnson shot may be more effective than the 2-shot thing. So you see what I mean? I don't even know. I just don't know. And the thing is that, if you get one, you get one. And it's like you can't, at least in my mind, you can't mix the vaccines. You've got to get whichever one you get. Big decisions, but I don't want my views and my beliefs, and my apprehensions to stand in the way if this is what's good for him. But you guys, I don't know. I do not know. It's going to be an interesting situation. I think I have everything up. Because, while I've been talking and everything, I'm getting things together over here for painting. So you guys can, so I can chat and paint, But I definitely have some exciting things that I have in store as far as content on the Coffee Talk series and in the autism Chronicle, the RC Autism Mom Chronicle vlogs. Yeah, I've got quite a few things. It's just getting the videos done, getting everything edited. Y'all pray for DC. Pray for DC to get a camera and to get an upgraded computer. I need both of those things. But you know, for right now, you know, my Mac is chuckling along. You know, if it were a PC, I would be worried. But it's Mac, so I ain't worried. I'm not worried because it's a Mac. All right, so let me pour myself some wine so I can have it ready and get my glasses. And I got my phone right here so I can see in the chat. Let me see. I think I got it situated good. So let's see how we're going to do this. All right, so let me. I think I just dropped something. I did. I'm going to put this over here. All right, now let me start the camera. Let's see. It'll be a second before you guys see it, but I'll see it right away on my end. Okay, so now let me see. So as you guys can see, we've been moving along on this painting. We have been moving along on this painting. Now tonight, you know, because I'm a lot further along on the painting than when we first started with it, I am doing things a little different from what I was doing at the beginning. Y'all know I got some glasses on. I'm starting to paint. But I'm going to work on specific colors and just, you know, kind of color those colors in a few places. And then I'm going to color in some other ones. So what I'm going to start off with is like let's see. This is like a purple. A purple, blue, these colors right here. Y'all can't see it, but I've got like 5 pots of acrylic paint in my hand here. And I'm going to be using these colors to do some painting. And right now that these colors that I'm using, this is going to be doing some of the flowers. So I'm going to be painting some of it down here. Some of it's going to be up here. Some of it's going to be over here, and then some of it's going to be over here because this is where the like purple flowers are. So I'm going to work on that first, and then we'll see where we are. All right, so I'm going to start with this color right here, which is like a lavender. Let's let you guys see it. It's like a lavender. All right, so now let me get my brush together here. And a lot of the places that this particular color are smaller ones. And how I know that is because let me show you guys the actual original painting. Well, a copy of it. See. So this is the picture that I'm painting. And so that color is like in places like in the flowers up here, down here, you know, it's like to pop it out. And then you have the darker purples too, right? So let's start doing some painting. And of course, I will still be chatting. So I just got to get my brush wet. And hopefully, I don't have any really teeny tiny spots with this one. Because if I do, I am going to have to switch brushes. So now let me pull my picture towards me, y'all, so I can Y'all know DC is not, it has old eyes. And let me see where they are. There's only a few of this particular color. That's the reason why I'm doing it first. Hey, AKA James, how are you? Happy Friday night. Thank you for coming through for my paint and chat. I'm going to just paint this in here. You see what I'm saying? You see, it's like a lighter purple, and then there's going to be some darker purples around it for the flower. So that's one place that there's a 20, or this. I guess this is like a periwinkle. There's just a couple of places in here because it goes inside of the flowers. Let's see, right here I'm painting it right next to the purple. See, right there I painted it right next to a deeper purple. So that's what I'm saying. You guys can see that right there. Let me be careful. Get paint on my hand. That's what artists do. We get paint on our hands when we're painting. We do. But I have to confess to you guys, I haven't really had a whole bunch of time to paint this week because I was really working on content. Hopefully you guys have had a chance to go watch my Black History Month highlight, which was about the college sit-ins of 1960, in which both of, be careful, watch some. Both of my parents were involved in the sit-ins. My father was probably a lot more intricately involved in the Atlanta sit-ins. And he was able to supply me with an actual picture, you know, that I didn't have to go Google on the internet, because he had it. So, you know, he had that little piece of history, because my dad was interviewed by the British Foreign Press in regards to the sit-ins because he was the president of the student body at Morehouse at the time. And what I found interesting is that in Atlanta, there are 6 HBCUs in the city of Atlanta. I didn't even realize that it was 6 of them. I really, really did not. I knew that it was Black college heavy, you know, but I honestly only knew about 4 of them. I did not know that there were actually 6. And I don't know if they still call them this, but back in the early 60s, they were called the Atlanta University Center, and that was comprised of the 6 HBCUs. Just a little fact. You know, I thought that was an interesting thing, actually. And they actually, even though there was 55 cities that were involved in it. Atlanta, Greensboro started it. Atlanta and then New Orleans really had the most major impact on what happened in regards to the desegregation because of the sit-ins. And that was the reason why I picked those three to highlight, especially since, my dad was involved in the Atlanta sit-ins. So I was able to get firsthand information from him, some of which I, did not disclose in the actual, sorry, you guys, let me just get this in here. In the thing, because what I found when I went looking at the, what they said about that is that they said that the presidents of the schools were not behind the students because 75 students got arrested in Atlanta in regards to the lunch counter sit-ins. And although there was attention on it as a whole, because of, that being the center of, the civil rights movement, it was much more of an impact when it happened in Atlanta as well. I'm actually proud of my dad that he was part of that. He was, a big part, because he was the president of the student body. I'm very proud of him for that achievement, actually, for being involved in that. One of the reasons why my family has always been so I'm voting no matter what is because of my parents and because of stuff that they did, having to live in the segregated South, growing up in the segregated South. My dad started out in Detroit, but his family moved to New Orleans when he was a teenager. That must have been a cultural shock for him. Being in the North and then going to New Orleans in the middle of Jim Crow. I'm just shaking my head, y'all, because that's just, when you think about the things that the generations before us actually had to deal with, makes you wonder if you could deal with it if it was you. It makes you wonder if you could deal with it if it was you. Just get that in there. There we go. See a lot, oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Brassman. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate the love, bro. So you guys see, that's starting to make the flowers come up, you guys. And probably by the next time you see it, all of these flowers will be done. Hopefully. All right. I guess some of these sections are pretty big. I didn't think about that before. And that's just this one color that I'm using, but you know, to get the flowers to start to, you know, so it's starting to take structure. Too much white space, you know, and in the end, it's not going to be white. That's the thing of that's the artist's challenge. When you are making a painting, you have to you want to fill your canvas. So, you know, whatever you're painting, make sure that it's something that's going to fill the canvas. You know, don't paint something that's in the middle and then have all this space. You know, want to make it look interesting. Flowers are definitely an interesting thing to paint. No, oh yeah, that is. I guess they were more of this color than I thought, but that is good because I've only used like half of this color. The colors where I'm running low are the ones I'll be freaking out on, but this one I'm not, at least not yet. Hopefully they gave us enough paint, because I would hate to have a unfinished painting, because then I'll have to go find the colors. Then I will have to go find them, or I will have to make them, you know. And that, you know, that's one of the things, like when you're doing some things, sometimes you have to, you end up having to make colors because there isn't that color available. So you blend a couple of different colors together for the color that you want. David always wants to come over here when I'm on camera. You can come over here and say something, but I'm not, I mean, I'm painting, David. That's why the camera's open. You want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi, everybody. Okay. All right. You gonna let me paint? Let mommy paint. Yeah, let mommy paint. Okay? And this is my painting this time, okay? Next time it'll be yours, okay? We'll let you paint too. Yeah, because that's part of the therapy that I'm going to be doing with him. It's going to be art therapy. And for the art therapy, I'm going to be doing some painting with him. Certainly not like this. This is way too intricate, but something a lot, you know, something simpler, you know, with probably not so many different color schemes going through it. Because I don't think, yeah. I don't think he's done any, he does drawing, but I don't even remember the last time he painted. He has done watercolor before, but it's been a minute. Unless he did it in school and I just didn't know about it, you know, like, you know, something he never brought home. But when he was in high school, he took some art classes because he does have an artistic flair like his mama. Maybe not the same kind of stuff that I do, but nonetheless, he has one of his own. There we go. So y'all see how the flowers are starting to come, because I'm putting all of these different, I'm putting this particular color, so you can see where some of the they're gonna go, and the other colors that I had in my hand, I'm gonna be putting those colors around that color. Just depends on if it's dry enough. So I'm just looking to see if I have any other ones to paint right now. I want to get as many of them done as possible so that I can get them dry, so that I can do the painting of the colors around them. So I can get these flowers. We get these flowers finished. That's what I'm doing there. So I'm trying to do kind of like from light to dark with the purples. So that's why I chose this color first. Why I chose this color first. Because it's the lightest of the ones that I'm painting. And if you guys are wondering how I know where to paint it, there's a little number. There's a little number there that you can't see, but I can, because I have my glasses on. Like, you can't see them, but I can. And some of these are like little spaces for this one. Well, most of them, I think I picked the right size brush. Not too big and not too small. And that's the thing, when you're painting, you got to make sure that you got to have the right size brush for whatever it is that you're trying, that you're doing. Like, because these flowers are so intricate, some of them I'm using little brushes like this. Some of them I'm using the bigger brushes, and then I've got some even small, a smaller brush for it. These two right here that are even smaller. These two. So it's a process. It is a process. But I love painting and everything, but I was not meant to be a starving artist. So painting is just part of who I am. Drawing, all of that stuff is just part of who I am. But if it started paying, for stuff that was my own original work, that'd be nice. They have that as like some money for when I grow older than I am now. But as far as trying to survive off of being an artist, no. Not this girl. I would have had to have done that when I was younger. And see, back then I was too busy trying to pursue music and my writing, I loved doing art, but I always felt that if I did art, if this was what I did for a living, that it would make me hate it. And I don't want to hate it. I like loving it. So for that reason, I'm glad that I didn't pursue it. It's a hard life if you're an artist, especially, most artists don't make a whole bunch of money. We all know that artists like Van Gogh, whose painting it is that I'm doing, were broke. Their paintings are worth, hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of them now, but not back when they were here. Not back when they were here. Okay, I think that I'm ready to move to a different color. I think it's time to move to a different color. I will be coming back to this one, but for now, I think I'm done with this color. So I'm going to just close this. When painting with little pots of paint, make sure you close them when you're done, because you will have paint drying out. That's not fun. Now I'm going to wipe my brush off. And I am not going to use the same brush. I'm going to use a different brush for the next one. So now that was, where did I put it? So this is like a little, just a little darker, like a lavender that I'm going to paint with now. Not that brush. So let me get a brush. That's the one I was just using. I want that one. And I need to let me just get this one nice and wet. Get the excess water off of it. All right. And let me find this color first on here. Let me find it. Okay. If I can find at least one, then we're good. So this is a little darker. But a lot of the places that this one is right next to that color that I was just painting. Right here where I'm painting it right next to that other color. But the other color is like a very small portion here. Because this is taking up a lot of the space. It's a purple, so you know these flowers are, you know, I guess for the shading are a mixture of blues and purples. And yes, I am a southpaw, for those of you who did not know. In case y'all didn't know, a lot of us southpaws are artistic, very artistic. We're artistic people. The great Leonardo da Vinci, southpaw like myself. So yeah. I know how to print with my right hand, because when I was a kid, I broke my arm. And so I had to learn how to print with my right hand temporarily while my other arm was in a cast. But as soon as the cast came off, I lost that ability. I can barely print with my right hand because I'm a lefty. You know? Alright, so see, like right there, that little white part that I left, that's the color that I was just coloring. But now, because I've done this color, when this dries, I'll come back in and do that other color. That's what I was saying. I'll come back to it because I knew that I was going to have some places where I was going to not have done it that I was going to need to put it in later. But we're okay for right now. We are okay for right now. And I probably, you know, I'm glad I did that color first. But I think if I'd done this color first, that it probably would have pulled out a lot more of the other color. Just looking. But I like how it you know, always these different colors go into making what we end up seeing. I mean, you guys can see as I'm doing all of this painting that the flowers are starting to take form. They're not just looking like little blobs anymore. It's starting to take form. Let's see if you guys are saying anything. No, you guys are just watching me. That's okay. I'm cool with that. Y'all can sit and just watch me, whoever's in the chat. It's one of those kind of lives. And just and for those of you know, if people want to go back and replay watching the painting, I am going to put the painting lives and any vlogs that I do painting in a special playlist that is just them. So you just want to pull one of those in your leisure and watch the painting in a replay. You can do that. It's not a lot of 21 of this color over here. It's more of the one that I just was doing over here. Oh, no. Yeah, more of the one that I was just coloring on this side. Good to know for when I go back to that color. Just making sure before I start moving my eyes across the painting. Let's see. Maybe there's not a lot of this color because this is a deep purple, sort of. Not the darkest purple. I'm looking and I don't see this one. I see the other one that's the next color. Then I'm going to do some other color again. So let me see. Just taking one more last look, you guys. And if I don't see it, then we're moving on to the next color that I'm going to do some painting in. And it looks, looks like I'll be back to this color later. All right. So I'm going to get this color off my brush because we don't want it to fade into anything else. And the next color that I'm going to do is a really deep purple. But I know that there's not as many places with this particular color, but this is a deep, deep purple. Let me pull it so you guys can see it. There. You guys can see it. There we go. So now let's go on with this one. And I just saw it. So let me go in. I know you guys can't see that, but that's like that's like purple. That's like purple. You know your girl DC loves that. And you know, just as I suspected, I would find the color that I just put down. Bunch of them right there. Right there. All of that right there is the color that I was just painting with. And look at, and then right there, that's it too. I'll get back to it later. Always happens that way, you guys. I'll be painting in one color, and then don't see it, and then I do when I'm on the next color. But I'll just come back to it because now I'm painting the purple. And I wish you guys could see this like really close, but what I'm probably going to do after I finish this picture is that I will, you know, do a video showing it up close and everything so that you guys can see it. If you want to. Shoot, y'all might not want to see it. But, you know, not everybody knows how to paint. It's definitely something that takes patience, and not the way that everybody paints is not everybody's taste. You know, because you've got all kinds of different types of art. All different types of art. I hope I'm not boring you guys or whoever's here. But you know, when you're painting, I swear I should, you know, if I was up here midnight painting in my drawers, I'd have a chat full of folks. But I'm not going to do that. You know, I'm just making a point. I won't be doing that. Because y'all know I'm a woman of a certain age. I am a lady. And I'm not on here for that kind of attention. Now, I know there are people on here who are on here for that kind of attention. But that's not why I'm here. So, let's get that part right there. That part right there. But I'm actually proud that I've had the patience to stick with this, because I told you I've never done this type of picture. This is not my style of art. You guys will see when I get on here and do some of my own artwork. My style of art, I think mainly for painting. I think some of my stuff is more abstract, but not anything weird, but just, you know, I don't know how to describe it. You'll just have to because there's like a picture that I'm going to do that's in my head, and I just got to get it on the canvas. I think I'm going to sketch it out in my sketchbook first. And I was thinking about doing it in charcoal, I may do it as a charcoal rather than a painting. And, and I'm talking about the colored charcoals, the colors, using colored charcoals, because it's got a lot of color in it. So I don't know. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it. One of the reasons that I'm trying out the acrylic paint on this is because that was my thought, is I wanted to do it in acrylic. And since I had never worked in acrylic and I mainly worked in oil or in watercolor, I wanted to see how it was to work with acrylic. So far, so good. I don't have any complaints about it. But I will tell you that I am using probably more of my own brushes than the brushes that came in this particular painting, just because my brushes are better. Less fraying. So, they're not out there, they're not dragging the paint like the other one is. So yeah, that part. And when I'm painting with colors like that are, that I need a brush to be this little, I don't need the brush to be fraying while I'm painting, because then it'll just start to spill into, areas that I don't want the color in. And that kind of defeats the whole purpose. I hope you guys like the fact that I'm sharing, my artsy side on here with you guys. I am planning on, that's one of the reasons why I want to get a camera, is because then I can do somewhere, I can do time-lapse ones, and you guys can, watch me, but it'll seem like I'm doing it all really, really fast. And then I could actually have me doing a painting over a few days. So those are just things that I plan on doing once I do get the camera, because I am definitely an artsy girl, if y'all haven't figured that out. I mean, the purple hair. And, I'm not a youngster, so obviously the purple hair is because I'm kind of like a bohemian, artsy kind of chick. It is what it is. It's always who I've been, even though at one point I did modeling. And don't get me wrong, I dress and do all that, the fly dressing and everything, because I can just throw anything on and make it look good. Thankfully. Everybody can't do that. But I can, I think I have a decent fashion sense. Yeah, that's coming. See, so, for those who watch it from the beginning to the end and kind of watch all of the different videos, you can see the progress of the picture. It's coming a long ways. It's come a long way. Looking for more of this particular color. Just looking, just looking, just looking. I see a couple more. So let me put some water on my brush, dry it off, and that's just because you don't want the paint to get all thick and cloggy on your brush. You don't. So every once in a while you do have to, even when you're working, I found, at least for me, even working with acrylic paint, you gotta wet your brush every once in a while to get some of the so that you don't have paint clumping up on the brush. Now where did that go? I just saw it. There it is. This is actually a big area, so paint all of this. It's a really big area that is this particular color up here. So I'm going to have to dip my brush again. Gonna have to dip my brush again. So I'm just painting this in. And I know I've been on here for an hour or so, but I'm gonna at least finish this part up. Okay, that's right. It hits up to another color, so I'm trying to. Yeah, just get all in there. And my son even knows I've been on here longer than I normally am. He's so funny. There we go. Okay. Whew. It's a lot. So I've been painting. I haven't been painting for an hour though. But I've been on here for an hour. Let me just paint. See a couple more I want to do. Or at least one more I want to do. In this beautiful purple y'all that I have. And I am the art girl. All right. There. And I was like, it doesn't look like a lot, but there's like some other colors that are right in there. It's like 3 different colors that are right down below this color. Three colors like right there below it. A purple, a green, and then another green. So it's like, you know, they're peeking in between the flowers. A leaf is. I don't, you know, just as I'm saying, I don't see, I do see. Just as I said, double I do. Oops, my thingy fell. There we go. Easel. The bottom one fell off. To fix that. All right, you guys, how long have I been on here? I've been on here for a little over an hour. I'm just looking to see if I see any more, but I think I'm gonna paint one, like maybe one more spot, and then I'm going to get ready to get off of here. Because as you can see, David wants my attention. And that's okay. You want mom's attention? Okay, let me hurry up and finish this then. Let me just paint this one little spot. I'm just gonna take this one little spot. And then I'm gonna let a lot of this go ahead and dry. And then I'm gonna come back in and do some more painting. There we go. Alrighty, guys. So let me just do this. It's gonna bug me. There. All right, you guys. So I am going to take a break from painting for a little bit. Well, take a break because I need to let that dry, and I don't want to start dragging my hand through the colors. I want them to be dry before I come in with the next two colors, because I still have two more colors that I'm going to work on tonight. These two colors right here. But let me take these glasses off. All right, Dave, you can say goodnight to everybody. All right. Thank you guys for coming through. Hey, just chilling. No, I ain't done with this painting yet. I didn't work on it for for a while. I have to admit, I haven't worked on it since last week. This is the first time I'm working on it. No, I take it back. I worked on it a little bit on Monday. But I probably will come on tomorrow. Maybe during the day and do some painting. Maybe I'll do that during the day, maybe in the morning. When my kid is, my son, he's not a morning person, so he probably won't be up. And my guy is at work, so he won't be in my hair. I've been on for over an hour just chilling. I've been on here for over an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to get off of here because I gotta let what I'm doing dry, and then I'm gonna come back in and do some more painting. But I will be on tomorrow, probably just for a little while during the day, probably in the morning. Well, morning for me. Let me correct. Morning for me. I'll probably do a daytime pop-up in morning for me. But I'm gonna get out of here. But before I go, I'll offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. I will see you tomorrow for my daytime pop-up where we'll be doing a little more of this painting here. I hope y'all like it. And if y'all like my studio, my artist studio in the kitchen. All right, you guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.